I've been in Seattle most of my life. My parents made sure that all of the kids, we graduated from high school, and myself, after graduating from high school, I went to Washington State University, where I didn't learn much of nothing except weightlifting, trigonometry, and drinking.
Mission impossible? Not at all. For decades, Immanuel Lutheran Church has been serving the humanitarian and spiritual needs of the community. In order to broaden and strengthen services, a separate nonprofit organization was formed in 2007. 4 unique programs have been woven together to create what is now Immanuel Community Services. ICS operates a food bank, a hygiene center, a community meal program, and a recovery center.
Hi, I'm Susan Birchfield, and I'm the pastor here at Immanuel Lutheran Church. And Immanuel Community Services is kind of our homegrown nonprofit, so that we can partner better with all kinds of folks around the city and in the neighborhood to do the things that we do.
My name is Carol Asman. I'm now a resident of the Cascade neighborhood and a 5-year member of Immanuel Lutheran Church. I joined the church because of its commitment to activism and advocacy for low-income and homeless people.
My name is Brandon Byrne, and I'm the food bank coordinator at Immanuel Community Services. All our food here is donated. We receive food from Food Lifeline and Northwest Harvest and many local businesses and restaurants. Hundreds of people every month rely on the food that we receive, and we also rely on thousands of volunteer hours to distribute the food.
What I really love about Food Bank is that Brandon has set up, it really feels like you're in sort of a little grocery store. So you go down the aisles. The food bank is set up in such a way that you can shop with dignity.
You can't make assumptions about who comes to a food bank to need food. It's people that are underemployed, people that are unemployed, folks that are sleeping outside. A really good way to help the work that we do here at the food bank is to organize your own food drive at your school, at your children's school, or at your workplace. And the food that you donate to us will most definitely get to people that need it.
We serve community lunch once a month to about 250 people, congregation members, neighbors in the community, and also our resident homeless community as well. And there are people who've been coming here for community lunch for years. We're all breaking bread together. We also stand in line for a long time together, and that's magical too, because it's an opportunity to just be present with each other.
Because I had started drinking at such a young age, it slowly progressed into a very bad lifestyle, which eventually led to an addiction of heroin for 12 years, cocaine for probably 20, and alcohol all my life. But there came a point in my life where I knew I wouldn't live very long if I kept living that kind of lifestyle. And to me, I prayed to the Creator to get me out of that lifestyle, and He blessed me with an opportunity of 8 months in jail, which I gladly took, because those 8 months in jail, even though the first part was like going through hell, kicking all those addictions at one time.
Dave Slutskin, I'm the hygiene coordinator My hours are from 8 to 12, Monday through Friday. I have anywhere from 25 to 35 people every day. They can come in here, take a shower. I give them everything that they need: shampoo, razors, toothbrush, towel, sometimes little toiletry kits that I hand out when I have it. A lot of them just like to come here for dignity, so they can be clean, have clean clothes, you know, go out, you know, not have people look them down because they're dirty.
Our hygiene program has been a real hit. It's something that the city asked us to start for the community.
We always appreciate getting donations of towels and toiletries and even clothing, because winter's coming on. You know, it's going to be getting cold again. You know, winter hats, gloves, keep their hands warm, shoes, socks, sweaters, anything that's, you know, that they could use.
Water and electricity, boy oh boy, do they get expensive when you're washing that many, you know, sheets and blankets and towels every week. So oddly enough, one of our biggest needs is donations for that program.
Once I got out of jail, unfortunately I found myself on the streets of Seattle, broke, homeless, with the bloody clothes on my back, because that's how I went to jail, with bloody clothes. And I wandered the streets trying to get into a treatment program, but I couldn't get into one because it was just such a long waiting list. And fortunately for me, some of the natives on the street referred me to a certain organization downtown called the Matt Talbot New Hope Recovery Center.
We have about between 8 and 15 men who live here in the building and are working on full-time recovery. They're so courageous. It takes such hard work to do that.
So by going to the Matt Talbot New Hope Recovery Center, that enabled me to eventually to come up here to Immanuel Community Services to be part of their recovery program for men. And what's really important about is that when you're new in recovery and you're just straight off the streets like I was, you need a place to sleep, some food, some place to wash your clothes, your body, because by taking all that stress off you, you've got a much better chance of success.
They're in full-time recovery for about 3 months. They work all day, every day, all evening on their recovery, and then they can transition into having part-time school, part-time work. And the great gift to Immanuel is that we get to rub shoulders with them and learn their stories and learn how courageous they are in the work that they're doing.
The blessings I get and the happiness I'm getting, you know, I'll never be cured of this disease, but with the fellowship that I get here at the program in the Immanuel Community Services here and down at Matt Talbot Center, I need to surround myself with all these good people because it keeps me strong.
You might think that, you know, sleeping on a mat on a hard gym floor is a hardship, but for these guys it's a privilege because they came from the street. And when they successfully graduate from our program, they're ready to live their lives, they're ready to take responsibility, they're ready to get their families back, and they're ready to sleep in a bed.
On June 6th, I moved out to my own apartment. And I was talking to this fellow at the bus stop the other day. He says, "How are you doing?" I says, "Oh, I'm okay." He says, "Just okay?" And it was pouring down rain. We were in a bus shelter, you know, just me and him. And I says, "Well, I'm not out in the rain and I'm dry." He goes, "Yeah." And I said, "Yeah, and I got a place I can go of my own. I've got a clean, dry bed. I'm safe. I've got food in the fridge. I've got a bus pass." I says, "I feel good." He goes, "You're darn right you should feel good. You know, you're not fine. You're a wealthy man." And I didn't realize how lucky I was and how really grateful I am for the things that I got today. And I couldn't have these things if Immanuel Community Service hadn't been there to step up and to love me and teach me to love myself and to love my fellow man.